oh, this video is going to piss some people off. And that's exactly why it needs to exist, because Barack Obama didn't just inspire a movement. He literally scripted the playbook that the Democrats still use to this day. And, of course, I'm going to provide the receipts. Start this thing off with Obamacare. And also, think about this. George Soros, Obama, illegal immigrants, $310 million. I explain that and make it make sense.
Healthcare in the U.S. is in crisis. Most of us have experienced it. And it's in crisis as a result of liberal policies that inflate costs and allow the prioritization of profit over people. The patients aren't the consumer anymore. Government and health insurance companies are. Obamacare drove up premiums by 50%. Mine increased significantly more. For about 20 years, it didn't go higher than $700 a month, and it jumped up. $2,500 a month is what I pay. At the same time, my deductible went from $1,000 to $7,000 a year.
Wow.
Medicaid expansion flooded the system, causing 40% of rural hospitals to close and reducing access for the poor. Obamacare led to massive consolidation of hospital systems and providers, just in order to stay afloat. Ability to receive care has decreased for all of us, while insurance coverage has increased and medical debt bankruptcies have increased as well. Refusal to cap malpractice lawsuits has led to a 30% increase in defensive medicine costs. We were told that the ACA would make healthcare more accessible and more affordable. Many of us understood that this was simply a lie. And of course it isn't true. It has bankrupted more people while enriching more of the elites. Look around. The system is completely broken. Market-driven reforms like price transparency, tort reform, and expanded HSAs would make healthcare more accessible and more affordable. And how about bringing back catastrophic insurance policies? I'd love to be able to buy one of those. Competition lowers costs. Government intervention and payments always increase costs and destroy markets. And they hurt those that the left tells us they want to help. Always.
That's always how it happens, man. I'm glad I started with this because this shows you where it hit Americans the hardest, and the wallets. Okay, hitting that wallet, that's how you want to piss an American off, man. You tell them, or anybody off for that matter. Tell them they money getting stolen. Yeah, I said that, and then I thought about USAID and the Democrats' reaction to that. This is what Obamacare really did to working class families. It wasn't reform. Seemed like financial warfare dressed as healthcare, if you ask me. They called it hope, but for a lot of us, it was just the beginning of the end. Now, I want to show y'all this. I want to reveal the priorities right here. This is an article that came out in 2018, but I'm just now being made aware of it. Well, Obama okayed $310 million in free legal advice to illegal immigrants. Yes, and I know it's cut off on the screen. However, y'all follow along as best you can. The Obama administration approved $310 million in free legal advice to young illegal immigrants, despite federal law barring charging taxpayers for helping immigrants avoid deportation, according to the new report. The Immigration Reform Law Institute said that the funding was provided to a top legal defense group to help unaccompanied alien children under the age of 18 land with the sponsor in the U.S. In 2015 and 2016, contracts reviewed by the IRLI showed that several worth $310 million went to one nonprofit legal group, the Vera Institute of Justice. A top director has ties to the liberal philanthropist George Soros. At issue, said the group, is immigration law that bars using tax dollars to help illegal immigrants avoid deportation. Using our money. Your money. Man, y'all, boy. This was 2018. Look, I already know y'all don't like getting screwed. Nobody like the feeling of getting screwed. But to see where the money really went? to Soros, to all of these insurance companies' pockets. While coverage collapsed, this is what Obama quietly approved. Legal aid for people who broke into the country, funded by people who worked their whole lives and can't even afford to go get a simple checkup these days. That wasn't charity, man. That was strategy. I'll read a bit more. Let me see. At issue, said the group, immigration law that bars using tax dollars to help illegal immigrants avoid deportation. In the report, the Immigration and Nationality Act, Section 292, states that aliens in removal proceedings shall have the privilege of being represented at no expense to the government. Immigrant special interest groups, sometimes on behalf of unaccompanied minors, have tried since 1996 to challenge the section, claiming it violates aliens' rights. Federal courts have always rejected these claims. The Obama administration handled waves of immigrants. Man, this was the deporter in chief. And let's go ahead and get to the next segment. Why is it that you can get Medicaid for illegals? Y'all be talking about, they be saying illegals don't get benefits. And
Hi, I just heard our House Minority Leader,
where you go?
Hakeem Jeffries, say that not $1 out of Medicaid or Medicare had gone to illegal immigrants.
And under current law, undocumented immigrants are already ineligible for Medicaid, the ACA exchanges, and for SNAP benefits. Not a single undocumented immigrant in this country gets a dime in federal taxpayer dollars for any part of comprehensive Medicaid coverage. Not one.
And when I heard him say that, I just could not believe it. And I'm still asking the question, why do Democrats care more about illegal immigrants than they do Americans? Why is all of their focus, 100% of their focus, on illegal immigrants? Not only was this not true, but the fact that he even still defends illegal immigrants always before Americans is just mind-boggling to me. Anyway, I had to look it up. According to the Congressional Budget Office, in 2024, Medicaid-funded emergency services for illegal immigrants cost $16.2 billion, okay? That's a 124% increase than the year before. This $16.2 billion. Yet our House Minority Leader said that they hadn't spent any money on illegal immigrants. Also, let's see, for emergency
Liars,
in
man.
2023, it was $3.8 billion. Okay, so we're still seeing this. California spent $8.5 billion, a part of its general fund. Now, I don't know what is the deal with Democrats where they no longer like Americans. I have no idea. But the fact that he said that is what I'm addressing.
She's talking about dollar store Obama. We talking about the off-brand Obama. We talking about Timu Obama.
The fact that all of our Congress allows it to happen is another situation. This time next year, when all of these Congress people get ready for re-election, I hope that Americans that can really vote legally remember that all of them, they are always focused on illegal immigrants, protecting them, letting them come here, getting benefits that veterans cannot get, that the elderly in our country have to wait and work 40 years to get with Social Security benefits, Medicaid and Medicare that you have to prove normally that you deserve. But when you come in and you go to any immigration facility, you get it.
You get it all. Yep.
I want everyone to remember this, that these people that you vote for do not care about Americans. Will you please remember that this time next year when our House Minority Leader is up for re-election and his party is up for re-election? Remember that he loves illegal immigrants far more than he likes you.
And it's sad. Man, she hit, boy. Come on now. I'm tired of us Americans always coming second to people whom aren't here first. And I'm tired of y'all making it seem like we are heartless for us having a stance of we have to take care of ourselves before we can offer any assistance to anybody else. Of course, we are human enough to have empathy and understand that people seeking asylum who are seeking some form of tyranny or oppression, yes, we reason with that. However, we can't negate the fact that there are those who don't come here with that level of intention. I mean, look at what just happened to Larisha Thompson. Come on, Lincoln Riley. Come on, y'all. 16.2 billion. Well, we still got veterans in America out here, homeless. You got American veterans, seniors, and American, all of American people waiting in line, but you can prioritize them. That's neglect, and it's deliberate. Now I want y'all to see that. I told y'all that this is a plan, man. I just read that article, but I want to expose the blueprint itself real quick. Here we are. Obama outlines the exact blueprint Dems use to try to seize a permanent grip on power. It was all fun and games for a while, poking the orange man from the escalator and beyond, casting wrap-up smear net into waters already polluted with the stench of corruption. The auto pen was on autopilot, hope and change on steroids. The borders were wide open. 12 million illegal aliens stormed in, a replacement population for the other too pale and racist national landscape. Dems were positively gleeful. Let's go ahead and check out this video, man.
There are going to be times.
Nope. Obama, you got to speak up, my boy.
There are going to be times, potentially, when one side tries to stack the deck and lock in a permanent grip on power, either by actively suppressing votes or politicizing the armed forces or using the judiciary, the criminal justice system to go after opponents. And in those circumstances, pluralism does not call for us to just stand back and say, well, I'm not sure. That's okay. In those circumstances, a line has been crossed, and we have to stand firm.
Oh, Lord. So is that what Dollar Store Obama got that red line joint from? I'm just saying, everything that he just described in that video was what the Democrats are today. The Democrat Party is just unrecognizable, in my opinion. And that didn't age badly. It aged perfect. For people following everything he doing step by step. I'm going to read a few of these comments to this. All roads lead to Obama. Somebody said Obama's untouchable in response to when can Homan get the okay from Trump to deport the Kenyan. Whatever happened to the chief, the chef death investigation. For heaven's sake. I don't know who owes name. Even came up in Diddy trial. Diddy had pills, likely support stories with Obama. Wow, man. I was butchering that sentence. My fault, y'all. Forgive me. Now, check this out. So now I'm asking you, do you believe Barack Obama began the downfall of America? I'm just saying, if you watched this so far and you still saying no, what did you just watch? He didn't lead America forward. Didn't do that. He let us off a cliff. Or almost did. Fake healthcare reform, open borders, weaponizing the justice system, as he describes, stolen resources. I don't know, man. It looked like it's about control. I want to read some of these. He did say he wanted to fundamentally change America. Then its attorney general started investigations on everything. So their answers would always be no comment. It's an ongoing investigation. Unfortunately, all investigations lasted 8 years. He's still continuing or trying to cause the downfall one way or another. Somebody said, I have to admit, I was not a Democrat, but I actually thought he was going to do good things. Man, I thought he was too. I just remember being young and the idea, I was a liberal at the time, Democrat. I'm just like, Obama. And in my mind, I thought I enjoyed those years. But looking back, I believe he started to slide toward hatred and division, the like of which this country hasn't seen in over a century. This too shall pass and won't be the country's downfall. I tell y'all what, man, something is always fishy. Obama didn't hand the keys to America back to the people. He handed them to these global interests, and of course the Democratic Party is, if we bringing it up to date with what's going on with Trump, is using that to fund these activist judges. You got healthcare monopolies going on. Thank God we have the border under control right now, because we living through this man's consequences. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Thank y'all for everything. Like, comment, subscribe if I feel icky saying that. Yeah.